We are living in the most sedentary era in modern history. Technology enables food and anything you might need at just a few clicks away. This is amazing, and if anything, it's a miracle in real time. But now we have a paradox. Tools that made our lives easier now make our lives harder. We have this unprecedented convenience, but this freedom requires greater personal responsibility. Keith Diaz talked about this on the TED Talk, which it will be listed in the description. We learned that in a single year, the average adult will now spend a full 187 days sedentary, right? Over half of the year sitting or physically idle. We know our bodies aren't designed for this, right? Highly sedentary lives leads to diabetes, cancer, dementia, heart disease, early death, increased chances of these things. Worse, this is still true even if you exercise regularly. This is obviously toxic, right? He uses the example of the healthiest people among us. In one study, when highly trained endurance athletes were forced to bed rest, their aerobic fitness levels dropped by about 20% in just 3 days. What took them months to build was erased in the matter of a long weekend with no movement. And this isn't unique to just highly trained endurance athletes. If you took a regular, typical healthy adult and forced them to just 40 days of bed rest, their heart would change similar to 50 years of aging, specifically cardiovascular aging. This toxicity comes from movement beginning to disappear from your life, and exercise isn't enough. Our muscles are like wet sponges, and when we don't regularly use and contract our muscles, they turn to dry sponges and not able to soak up anything. So when we exercise, it wets it up again, but eventually it dries out if you get little to no movement the rest of your day. Alright, so what do we do about this? An actionable approach could be movement every hour. Now, a lot of us work, and this isn't sometimes achievable, especially in today's work environment. But I suggest bringing it up to your co-workers as well as your bosses. Show them the TED Talk, as well as research actually suggests that walking every hour, or heck, even every few hours, just 5 minutes, boosts productivity, right? Forget the physical benefits, but people literally talk about the mental benefits, including less mental fatigue, less mind fog, better focus, better energy throughout the day. And aside from work, for metabolism, the importance of walking for your metabolism is ever more important, right? That's why they always say walk after your meals, because it literally physically helps digest your food faster. If you have a late night meal and you have to get to bed, at least do a little walk to help digest that food, because time spent where your body's digesting that food could be time spent where your body's relaxing and recovering and getting proper deep rest. And if you're at home, I highly suggest a standing desk. I don't have one just yet. And even combining that with a walking mat, little treadmill, which are now on Amazon and not too expensive, is a good option. And you don't need any of that. You can just set a timer on your phone for every hour, 5 minutes. And if that's too much, the research I was talking about showed that people aim to do that around 8 to 10 times throughout their day, every hour, but could only successfully manage 5 times throughout their day. So it doesn't have to be every hour, it can be every few hours, or what works for you. Just a 5-minute walk. And if you can't walk, doing some air squats can also help move that blood around your body and dramatically lower your glucose levels to be more healthy and manageable. Remember, the responsibility isn't incentivized until you feel the consequences. Do what your tomorrow self would have wanted. And look, something is not nothing, and that's not nothing, that's something. So come on guys, let's move more before we ever get to the point where we need to talk to medical professionals about it, or before we garner more long-term devastating health effects. It's like, oh, but that takes energy. A lot of times, if you ever worked out, you find that, yes, these things take energy up front, but you feel better about yourself after, as well as you get regained energy. Thus people saying, after a while of working out, I feel like I have more energy in my days. You can get energy from walking as well. This is Reversing Local Entropy, and yeah, let's move more, guys. Peace.